What up, fam? It's your boy CJ, and I'm back. And this time, I'm back with my boys, both of them. I got Don, I got David. What up, guys?
What's going on, family? What's up?
What up, CJ? Thanks for having me.
Listen. First of all, thank you for pulling up. We're here to talk about not fighting the algorithm anymore. Stop fighting the algorithm. Stop fighting, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and you say, hey, I got all this dope content out there, but no one's seeing it, or not enough people are seeing it in accordance to what we want, right? We want more people to see it. So we're here to because Don got the gems. Don got the juice. He got the sauce. He's going to tell us how to beat the algorithm, right?
Yeah, man, that's what I'm here for. So hopefully, everyone finds value in it, and we'll see where the convo goes.
Oh yeah, for sure. But real quick, for the people who don't know, they see the title, Facebook and Instagram ads expert, but tell them who you are. Tell them what you do.
Yeah, man. Honestly, I just put that in there. I don't even like that as my title. I couldn't think of nothing. So I was like, let me just put that honestly. But yeah, man, just pretty much in a nutshell, I help generate leads for local businesses and online businesses, build brands, automate, your whole entire sales process, that type of thing. But, before I'm any of that stuff, I'm a dad, full-time entrepreneur. And I'm just living life every day like everybody else, man. Just trying to, put things together. So
and helping businesses level up. We appreciate you. Listen, David, real quick for the people, tell the people who you are. If they don't know, they need to go back and watch the replays already because you dropped so many gems on here. But just so they know who the GOAT is, tell them real quick.
I appreciate you, CJ. Yeah, so I am a online coach. I do training and nutrition with people online, specializing in like body recomposition, right? So we're burning fat, gaining muscle. That's my bag with the online coaching thing. Also host a podcast called the Trainer Scoop Podcast, where you can find on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and I enjoy some content creation, a little bit like you, CJ. So I do the whole YouTube, Instagram thing, and yeah, I definitely I like the fact that Don included like the other parts of life too. So like I'm out here at the park, just enjoying the outdoors. So yeah, we keep a good balance out here for sure.
Yeah, for sure, bro. And I know before we came on air, we were talking about YouTube and we're talking about, how is this coming up? Like, we already know it's becoming like that. First of all, it's always been a hot spot, but I think with everything that's going on with Meta right now, people are unsure about, like with Instagram and Facebook and all the changes, not paying for Reels bonus now that I'm Meta verified and Twitter Blue and all this. And they're like, yo, is there a better place for me to be? Should I be looking into this YouTube thing? So, because one of the things that we're talking about today, though, is something that we all fight, quote unquote, on Meta and other social media platforms, and that is all this amazing content that we create. Right? We spend all these hours creating the content. Some people really it's a struggle to make the content, and when they do, and they don't get enough views on it, enough, or enough likes or enough engagement, they're like, man, why did I do all that? Right. And then sometimes one of the things we also feel is that when we put the content out there, it's good for that moment. It's good for right now. But a couple of days from now, it's down the timeline, it's down the feed, and it's like, yo, what just happened? So Don, like when it comes to ads, and I'm throwing this question at you, and then David, you tap in too, but do you even like when it comes to ads in general, a lot of people think of just ads, just from the simple fact of I create an ad, I record this and make this trailer to sell something. I make this trailer, and that's how they think of an ad when they hear it. But talk about the ability of being able to take a piece of content, literally, to still use that piece of content to bring traction back to your profile.
Right. Nah. So great question. And I'm honestly glad that you asked that question first, because it's like a misconception of like running, Instagram ads, TikTok ads, Facebook, whatever it is. People think it's more so if I spend $1, I'm supposed to get $5 back, right? But in the traditional sense of advertising, period, like it never worked that way. So even before the internet, when you had radio, television, like there was no ability to track data like we have now. So a lot of those ad dollars that was being spent was literally to boost the brand. It wasn't like for example, if Coca-Cola shoots an ad, right? They don't know how many people went and bought Coca-Cola based on that Coca-Cola commercial. Like there's no way for them to track that. So they're spending money to develop a strong brand, to get people out, to get the name to the masses, to kind of tattoo their name, their brand, their image into your brain so that whenever you do go out, let's say you're at the convenience store, let's say at the grocery store, and you're thinking of soda, they're going to be one of the top options, right? Another example, which is probably a little better, is like car insurance, right? They're spending money on ads not to get you to go out there and buy Progressive, buy Liberty Mutual, right? They're going out there to, again, build that brand awareness because you know when you're ever in the need of that particular service, they're one of the top ones that come to your mind. So to make it even more realistic, like you guys are in the fitness industry, so fitness is, there's so many different, you know, sub niches within that industry. So like, let's say you do sports training or whatever, sports fitness, you repair injuries or something like that, right? You want to develop a brand so good that when somebody needs that type of service, they're not going to Google typing in, you know, physical trainer near me. Like your brand is so strong that they're going directly to your website, directly to your social media, directly to you, the source. So you're literally cutting out the middleman. So I think the misconception in a nutshell when it comes to ads is that people just think like I'm spending this money because I'm going to get whatever 3x return on investment. And of course, that's going to happen. But when you're first starting out, if you have a smaller budget, the overall objective should always be to develop a strong brand. So that's how I look into it. Like when I run my ads.
Yeah, I love that. I love that. And one of the points you brought up on one of our recent calls we've had with you, it was like how you just talked about how even you mentioned a little bit here too with Coca-Cola. Like literally, you can see the colors, you can see certain recognizable things in the brand, and you know where it's from. So just using the ads to like, so for example, with me, I've been like running ads to my content, and I'm not selling anything. I just been particularly picking people in Atlanta to run the personal trainers, by the way. I shouldn't say people because we need to be specific because that's what Don is always talking about, being very specific in who we're targeting. I've been running my content directly to personal trainers without selling anything. I just want them to know CJ. I want them to see my personality. I want them to see, hey, this is over here. We're having fun. This is what we do. And it's not just buy from me. So when eventually they might come across my page one day and be like, oh yeah, I seen that guy's ad a few times. Oh, I seen, but I didn't really go to his page. It was weird. He just had some laughs on there. I want them to feel that, right? So that was a great point. But David, what do you think about that concept?
Oh man, that was a perfect example with Coca-Cola. Like, and just like actually having done it a little bit myself and heard, you know, Don speak before. He's very right. Like it works on a of course a smaller scale for someone like me, but it works so well. Getting people in your DMs when you're running ads, and I mean, like, to think about it, to think back to that example because I like that example so much. Like Coca-Cola has built their branding and their ads so well. Like it's the go-to for me and like so many people. So like to continue to do that for content creators, it's a very good gem that we all should pick up on.
Yeah, I love it. Yeah. And one more thing I'll say about that is like, and I think I touched on this, you know, when I came in and spoke with you guys on the class. Like, when's the last time you saw a Coca-Cola commercial? I know every city is different. Like, I'm in Philly. I can't tell you the last time I actually saw. I mean, I don't watch too much TV anyway, but like, I can't remember the last time. Like, I know as kids, it was like the Coca-Cola commercial had I believe it was the polar bears, or maybe that was a different one. But it was like growing up, like we always saw like Ronald McDonald. Like I haven't seen Ronald McDonald in I don't know how many years. Like I'll see a McDonald's commercial, maybe if they bring back snack wraps or something like that. Like you'll see, you know what I mean? You'll see a commercial, but they spent so much money in the 80s and 90s on building up a strong brand that they no longer right now it's just free promotion now. So they got all that money back tenfold because they focused on building the brand up. Now, like, they don't really spend money on commercials or radio or stuff like that. They still do, but not as much as when they were in the process of building and competing with Burger King and Wendy's and Pepsi and Dr. Pepper. Like in the 80s and 90s, that's when like companies were really going at it because we saw so many different advertisements. But now, if you really pay attention, like you don't really see too much of the promotion anymore because they developed such a strong brand at this point, where you just know who they are based off the colors, the jingle, you know, that type of thing. So,
Yep. You could leave like da 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 da, and you already
Mhm.
know. You already
Yep,
know, right?
exactly,
But that's
exactly.
all in, like you said, that's legacy ads, right? That's the
Mhm.
ads in our head. Like they've already built it in, and they went so hard for so long. I've heard that jingle so many times.
Right,
The work is done. They've built it
right,
into generations of us, right?
right.
And so when it comes to one of the things too, I've noticed that when I've been doing this kind of experiment, as far as like running the content as ads, like I get a lot more clicks to just the content when I'm not selling something, right? When I'm not just saying, "Hey, I got this free webinar. Hey, join Fitness Online University." Like that stuff is still vital. So when I'm not, saying we're against that, but I wanted to focus today on like the value because I just think it's underutilized. Really, I don't see a lot of ads like I said, just content based,
Yeah,
right?
bro.
Just content where it's like fun and value and just saying
Right.
without trying to get. Now, granted, I know a lot of people might be a proponent of it and say, hey, we want that lead. We want that lead. Well, I'm not saying don't do that too. I'm just saying add a few dollars, maybe $1 a day, like Don says, $1 a day to run your and like let's not fight, especially let's not let this content disappear and like the stuff that we know really, really is valuable and just pick your best pieces of content. Like, I don't know, Don, like what would you say? Like maybe find out what your top 2 or 3 best are and put $1 towards them and let them run.
Yeah, bro. That's such a great point, man. Like, I think ever since the pandemic, that's what the algorithm favors. It's more so having the fun content, like the stuff that I watch both of you guys' content. So the stuff that you guys are doing, if you run them as ads, it's going to be in your favor because before the pandemic, it was more so like the targeting was so much better because it was less competition. So you could get away with having bad content as long as you had a good deal or like your ad copy was strong. So it was a lot of things you could get away with because the targeting was so good. But now, and it's such a great point, man. Like what Facebook wants to do is, in all the social media platforms, is they want people to enjoy the app. That's the whole purpose. They want people to stay on the app. So if every single post is buy my webinar, buy my product, people aren't going to have a good time on the app. And now that attention diverts somewhere else. So what you're really supposed to do is, again, back to sales funnels like 101, you have top of funnel, middle funnel, bottom of the funnel. Your top of your funnel is literally like you're not supposed to sell anything at all. Like literally, like you're supposed to, like you guys are in the fitness industry, so I always try to go back to what you guys are doing. So it's like 10 things not to do when deadlifting, 5 things you should eat before and after, a workout, right? The best ways to stretch before and after a workout. Like these things work well. And what happens is when you start getting engagement, what the people are saying that click on your ads are show me more of this. So if they enjoy those type of things, if they're downloading your PDFs and stuff like that, now they're essentially giving you their permission to sell. So when you take advantage of the retargeting, now you retarget with the sell. Like, okay, join my webinar, buy this, $7 meal plan, like things like that. So when you're doing cold traffic and you're pushing your product out there, it should always just be value based. It should never be buy my this, buy my that, because people aren't going to enjoy it because they don't know who you are. You know what I'm saying? So it's not going to work in your favor long term. What's going to happen is your ad costs are going to go up. You're going to burn through your budget and it becomes more of an expensive game versus if you kind of do the $1 a day, giving out gems, allowing people into your world, into your funnel, get their permission to say, yeah, I really like this guy. I'm checking out all his content. Of course, I'll check out his webinar now because he's gave me so much free game, funny videos, whatever. Like, I enjoy this guy. So now let me join his webinar, buy his low ticket product. And it's just like a game like that.
David, you got anything? I know you only got a few more minutes, David. You want to throw in something in there?
Man, no, I think that's just like the example with the funnel. Like, that's such a good point, man. And yeah, I just had my mind turning the whole time you were talking, Don. I'm like, oh, I could get out this piece of content, or like, oh, I could just put some money on that one. Like, it really does work. And I saw that, after the last time you came through FOU, I was like, all right, CJ, we were talking. I was like, all right, I got to put a couple dollars toward this. So I did like $1.50 a day, and I got so much growth, so much more traffic to my page. And yeah, if I would have, I mean, I'm even thinking like if I would have just done the content back then, that would have been probably would have like exponentially increased my growth, even though it was still good at that time. So that's something I'm about to do. Like this week, we're getting to it. I appreciate that.
Yeah, most definitely, man. And then one last thing I'll say about that is like always pick, like CJ said, pick your best pieces of content. So whichever one got the most views, likes, comments, shares, you take that. And what Facebook allows is it allows you to transfer all of the likes, comments, shares from your organic post, and it puts it on your ad. So now when you're in front of a cold audience, it's like, damn, this guy got 1,000 likes, 50 comments. So now when somebody's coming across you for the first time, like, it's just human nature that we're gonna rock with the person that everybody else is rocking with. Like, so that's like a secret gem there too. So always use what you already have at your disposal, run that as ads, and also don't be afraid to put a call to action at the end of your video. So if you're doing like a funny skit, you know, at the end, if you're running cold traffic, meaning people would never saw you before, you could have a simple call to action. Follow me now, follow my page, or you know what I'm saying? Shoot me a DM or comment on this post. You know what I mean? Like little things like that go a long way because now you bring people into your world. And now once they're in your world, they're there forever unless they choose to unfollow you. So, you know what I mean? That's just another way I like to go about it as well.
Yo, David.
Gems.
I know gems. And before you go, David, guess who's in the comments? Coach Ruby is here. She's saying, hey, and she's like, what? She's like, you guys make sense. And I don't know what she was referring to there. So let me know in the comments, Ruby. I don't know. You probably said that like 5 minutes ago, but she's just saying we make sense.
Appreciate you
for sure. Yeah. Thank you, man. It's always something gets my mind turning, gets the wheels spinning up here. So I appreciate you, man.
Absolutely, bro.
I appreciate you, CJ.
All right, we appreciate you, David, and we'll see you next time. Thanks for pulling up.
Peace, brother.
And so, Don, I don't know if you know or not. I don't know if you know Coach Ruby or not, but just know she literally listen. You know, Jovan, who we met through, right? Through David Shan's crew. She actually went to the photo group. Why am I? Oh man, she's gonna kill me for remember. They have a in that same building. They have like a photo mastermind group. Okay. And I can't remember the name of it. Remind me the name, Ruby. Do not kill me for forgetting. I don't know why I'm forgetting it. But either way, she went there with that crew, and she's like a massive videographer, and she did a lot of content for me and also for Mizuno as well when she was here in Atlanta. So okay. I'll say, by the way, so this is what she said makes sense. She says using your most popular content as an ad makes sense.
Yeah.
That's what and it's like, I think it's one of those things that I sometimes think that yes, okay, thank you for reminding me. Shooters Camp, where Brandon shot me. So yeah, you I'm sure you heard all these names before. But she's with that crew. But yeah, and by the way, she's been rocking with us at FOU for a minute now too. So you already know I'm gonna be connected to her with like that's how we did so for Mizuno, and like she's did our photo shoots for FOU, and super excited for the future for her. But like super dope videographer. So if you ever come to ATL, or I think she's in, I don't know if she's still in the Charlotte or where she's at right now.
Nah, sounds good. I plan on being down there, man. Sometime this summer, bro. You know, you one of the first people I'm coming to see. So So I link up. Appreciate that. Naj just said very true. Najee, hold on. He said very true. I run ads to my organic content that already has engagement, comments to cold traffic. Yes. With DMs, calls to action. Come on now. Yup, there you go, man. Listen, the algorithms change. Like just like when it changes organically, it also changes on the ads as well. Not that severe where like, when the algorithm changes organically, it's like a whole reset. Like the amount of people that view your stuff, like is very limited. But on the ad side, it's more so like how like the strategies change more so. You know what I'm saying? So again, like the way I run ads might be different than other people. Like I don't believe there's any right or wrong way. I just know my audience are people that have like a lower budget because I already know how to run ads for people that got whatever that could spend $100 a day. Like I have clients like that. That's easy to get results, right? So it's harder when you have somebody that's on a shoestring budget that really wants to push it out there. So I come up with like different strategies that we all can use, you know what I mean, to really squeeze as much juice out of the lemon as far as social media goes. So I'm definitely glad that you're doing that, Naj, man. That's hard. Instant
Yeah.
social proof, yup.
Yeah,
Exactly.
listen, Najee, I'm gonna tell you right now. I don't know if you've seen it, but you could go back check the replay when you get a chance. Don, he dropped some gems.
Okay.
And I tell you, so he's in the fitness industry as well. He came here a couple of, I say maybe about a week ago, and literally was just putting us on YouTube game, and
Okay.
was just like he was just dropping bar after bar after bar, and we were just going at it. And but thing is, I loved about him, and I always have, like, he's a good dude where you could just have this conversation, and you don't know where it's gonna go, but you just know it's
Mhm.
gonna be beneficial to both of you, right? Just like me and you, like right now, we're off script. We just talking and see where it goes, like literally.
Yeah.
And that's what when you're good at something. And I know I'm going a little bit off topic, but it's
No, you
important.
good, bro.
It's
Yeah.
like when you're good at something, you don't necessarily need to script it. You don't need to plan it. You just need to get started, get in front of the microphone, and just
Mhm.
go and let the people, let the vibe, let everything just go. And you might have an idea in your head, but like, dang, I didn't even know I was gonna go there. And you
Yeah.
did, right?
I agree, man. Those are the best conversations, the ones that are just organic, just natural. Because like you could always plan something, but I feel like when you script it, sometimes you forget certain details that might be
Mm.
important versus like if we just let it flow, I feel like that's the best way to naturally get it all out.
Mm-hmm.
You
I
know?
love it. I love it. And then so I would just say this with the content game, you know, one of the things we talked about, earlier as far as picking out the best content, and you gave the gem of picking the stuff with the most comments, right? And I was doing that without even realizing it, right? I was
Mhm.
just looking at it from the standpoint of, okay, what does the analytics say? And if
Mhm.
the analytics show me I have the highest engagement, that's when I'm like, it must work. So let
Mhm.
me use that. But now that I even think about it even deeper, you're saying like, hey, because it visually looks even good, forget the analytics, but also because visually
Mhm.
of all the engagement, people see all the people chatting, and
Mhm.
that is quote unquote as an ad. They're like, dang, all these people looking at this
Yeah.
ad and responding, like that's
Right.
instant credibility.
Yeah, bro. Because I mean, I know we all kind of try to act like we're not, but we're all judgmental in a sense of like, especially when
Mm,
it's when we're considering buying a product or a service. It's like I mean, we've all come across ads where it's like we see it's an ad because it says sponsored, but it got one like on it, nobody commented it. So it could be a multitude of reasons. It could be that ad just literally started running that day, or it could just be that's not performing well. But from a visual and a perspective standpoint, we see that as like, this product must not be that good because I don't really see the engagement on it. But if you got some type of social proof, man, it'll always go a long way.
I'll just say this, to be honest, this is there's always that piece of content where you spend a lot of time on
Yeah.
and you feel like, man, it should be better. And then I know they say the algorithm doesn't favor one over the other. It's all about the engage. Listen, sometimes it's just bad luck because sometimes I'll be honest, some of I feel like content that should have did so well. And I'm like, I've been doing this for a long time, and I can tell what usually 90% of the time I can tell, okay, this one's gonna get a good reaction. And then
Hmm.
sometimes it's like, what the hell just happened? And I'm
Hmm.
like, how I'm not gonna let this just go buried. And all of a sudden, like, I put too much time into that, and I know it's too good. So I'm
Hmm.
combating it now with saying, you know what? I'm gonna throw $5-10 behind it, and I'm
Yeah,
gonna
bro.
make sure people see it. And
Yeah.
then also, like, also not just a matter of, we can always repurpose, and we talk about that on the show. So it's like repurposing, repost it later on. But I'm not about to repost it the next day.
Right.
But I can run that ad instantly as soon as I make that post.
Right. 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 And to your point, man, like good or bad content is just like it's just subjective. Like what might be bad to you, if like you said, it might just be in front of the wrong audience because organically, like the algorithm is just funny. Like you might have one post that goes crazy and the post right behind it doesn't do anything. So it's like it could just be that it's just not being shown as much as that first post is. You know what I mean? So when it comes to organic, right? And I tell people this all the time, is like the likes and stuff like that, to me, and this is just my perspective, I care more about who saw the actual content. That's number one in my book, how I analyze the data. Because if only 100, just for a number's sake, if only 100 people saw it and you got 10 likes, that's 10%. I'm more concerned about why did only 100 people see my post more than why did I, you know what I'm saying? Like if I got 100 likes, but then only let's say 1,000 people saw it, again, it's like I'm trying to get more people to see it because we're all the same. Where it's like we don't physically double tap everything that we enjoy. You know what I'm saying? Like some things we just see it, we laugh at it, and then we just keep scrolling. But just because I didn't comment, didn't double tap on it, doesn't mean that I don't enjoy it too. So I'm always focused on how many people saw this piece of content, because the more eyeballs I can get on it, the higher the probability of me converting is, whether that's a sale, whether that's a follower, whatever your metrics are. So I'm always more focused on how many people saw it versus how many people liked it, how many people commented on it and stuff like that. So I think that from a marketing standpoint, you always want to make sure that you're getting as many eyeballs on it as possible. So, and that's where the ads come into play as well.
No, listen, you hit the nail on the head. When you said to me just now, I should say said to us that just because you enjoyed the content doesn't mean you get the interaction. So there's so many times I'll see people like something, smile at it, like you said, laugh at it, share it with a friend, but they don't actually engage with the post. So you don't necessarily see the metric for it. And so you're like, what the hell? And I'll be honest, sometimes I'll be like, all right, this doesn't make sense, Meta. Like I have 150 comments and I have 30 shares and I have 10 saves, but I have only 1,000 views. What in the world is going on?
Yeah.
Like what are we doing here? Like what do I have to do to get the? Why can't we hit the value? Listen, by the way, let's just keep it 100. This, like I said, the algorithm. I don't care what nobody says. It's always going to be a mystery unless you work with these companies. Because at the end of the day, you know, I will see things that go viral, and then it'll be like 50,000, 100,000 views, and I'm like, it only has like 100 comments.
Yeah,
it only has 200 comments, and it's like, okay, what is this metric? So is it just watch time? And I'm using watch time because that's a YouTube thing, right? Yeah. But is it about the duration that people watching? Because I'm like, because it ain't about the engagement on there. Because I'm like, I got more comments in my stuff than some of this stuff with 10x views. It's kind of weird.
Yeah, I agree. And honestly, I think low key, I think the watch time is an important metric with the algorithm, right? Because again, it goes back to keeping people on the app, right? So Instagram doesn't give you that metric like YouTube does, but low key, I do think that that's what they're tracking. You know what I'm saying? They won't tell you that because again, it's just like this big mystery. It's like, yo, what really works? Like they say this is a trending sound, but then 2 days later it's not trending anymore. So it's like, how long does something really trend for? You know what I mean? So it's always those questions. But man, that's a very great point, man.
Yo, this whole trending thing, like I don't even like that, to be honest with you, because I know why it's like that now because of what TikTok has pushed. It's kind of like whatever's trending, you hop on it, boom, boom, boom. Everybody else is doing it. And that's a TikTok thing that I feel like Instagram and Meta, I shouldn't say Instagram, but Meta has really adapted with Facebook Reels and Instagram Reels, right? It's like, hey, this is hot. Even now, when I post a reel, I'll even get I don't know if you've been seeing it lately, these achievements. It'll say collaborative streak where I may have do collabs with people, or to say trend spotter. It's like gives you this like I don't know if we want to call it medal, if you will, but this like reward thing, and it's saying, badge, hey, badge. And I'm like, okay, I'm not like I'm really wasn't trying to find a trend, but great. But what I notice is when it happens, they boost it because I don't care what nobody says. It literally gets like 5 times. I just know that one's getting 5,000 to 6,000 views. I just know off top.
Yeah. And that's why these apps are free for now. Like I know they just rolled out the verification stuff, but that's why these apps are free, because you producing like that at a high level is beneficial to Instagram and Facebook. Like that's why they give us these rewards, these badges, and like it's like, oh, you did good on this one, so we're gonna allow more people to see it. Like it's crazy because that's what they want. You know what I mean? They want more eyeballs on the screen. Like that's the overall objective. So like if you ever want to like, I don't know if you can ever master it, but if you ever wanted to like master social media and stuff like that, you just got to really be good at pumping out content and keeping people on the app. That's really the overall objective, and you'll be rewarded in that fashion.
Facts.
You know what I mean?
Najee just said, he said, please talk about the Facebook ad library for ad hacking. It's a secret that'll help a lot of people.
Yeah, nah, most definitely. And spit out as many questions. I don't know how many people are on here, but just spit out as many questions as you want. But yeah, so the ad library, that's a great hack. I still use that to this day. TikTok library is dope too, but just in a nutshell, man, we go into the ad library, we search, our industry, our sub niche, and then what we do is we just look at the competition to see what everyone else is doing. So when we look in the ad library, we're not copying, we're just looking for inspiration, strategy. So when I'm in there, I'm big with, funnels and automations and stuff like that. So like hacking to me is literally seeing what the ad looks like and where does it take me all the way into the back end. I opt into a lot of things. I want to see what kind of emails they're sending me. How frequent are those emails that they're sending me after I opt in for something? At what point in time do they offer me something new, whether it's an upsell, downsell, cross sell, that type of thing. But as far as like ad hacking specifically, you just want to go on there and see, if I'm in the fitness industry, what are other fitness professionals putting in their ad copy? What does the actual ad, like the visual aspect of it look like? Is it a photo? If it's a photo, what's going on in the photo? What type of text? What type of everybody doesn't have to get that deep into it, but you just really want to look at what's working and what's not for other, people that's in the same industry. What kind of offer are they running? Is it a discount? Is it a bring a friend? Is it, you know what I mean? And then most importantly, when you click on that ad, where does it take you? Is it a website? Is it a landing page? Like, what's that? Is it a video on the landing page? Is it a photo? What's the headline look like? Like, how are they capturing people and bringing them into their world? So that's a cheat sheet, man. The ad library, and then same with the TikTok. Yep.
Listen, getting the gems. Let's go. I love it. Hey, so real quick, if you guys have more questions, drop them in the comments. Don just said, listen, by the way, you only got a few more minutes to drop in it. And by the way, if you are watching live, you can drop the comments. But even if you're not, put the comments down there anyway if you're watching the replay. And I will make sure me and him go back and we'll chop it up with you.
Mm-hmm.
But okay, before we wrap up here in a few minutes, tell me, what do you think? I should say, tell us, what do you think is the number one mistake people do when they start running ads?
Mm-hmm.
And then one of the biggest misconceptions.
Okay. Good question. So I'm gonna try to just narrow it down to one. So what was the first one? Let me start with the first one.
The first one is the biggest mistake when they first start running ads.
Okay. The biggest mistake, in my opinion, is market research. I just feel like advertising, marketing in general, so it's two things. If you so people with big budgets, meaning $100 or more per day, like every single day. So we're talking about $3,000 a month or more on the low end. A lot of these people, they don't necessarily do. I'm not saying they all don't, but they don't necessarily do the market research because they have the budget to go out there and spend to collect the data. So when you run ads, you're paying for data. I think that's a big misconception that people don't realize. Like, you're paying for the data up front, so then you can use that data to your disposal. So whether you're collecting an email, phone number, whether it's a pixel on your website, tracking people that come to and from, whether you're tracking the data on your social media, so you're buying for that data. So a lot of people make the mistake of they don't do market research. So for example, again, fitness, CJ. So let's just use you for an example. So let's say you want to come out with a coaching program and you're showing fitness professionals how to, create high converting content, because that's what you're good at, right? Me personally, what I do is I'm doing market research. I'm going to see what parts of the country, where are these people located that show that they're in need or they want this specific product or service. Oh, my product is dope, anybody will buy it, but that's not true, right? So especially if you're working with a smaller budget, right, meaning less than 100 per day, is do the market research up front. So where in the country are these fitness professionals looking for this type of product or service, right? What I'm going to do is, once I get that information, then I'm going to go and I'm going to set my ad up based on the data. So I don't never base my decisions off of my emotions or what I think is right. I literally will go to the data and let the data tell me because it's there. You know what I'm saying? The data will literally tell you people in Omaha, Nebraska, it's a bunch of fitness professionals that are struggling with their content. So why wouldn't I just run my ad over there? That doesn't mean I can't run my ad in Atlanta, New Jersey, Philly, whatever. But strategically, I'm just going to go fishing to where I know the bait is at. It just makes more sense. Right now, people with the bigger budgets, they have the budget to just spend and say, okay, Facebook, you tell me where these people are. You know what I'm saying? But most people aren't at that point. So I would think that's the number one mistake. And the biggest misconception is, like I said before, is like the ads is not a magic pill where like you're gonna spend money and then all of a sudden like you're gonna make $3 grand, $5 grand, 10 grand a month.
But that's what they say. They said, let me just sign up for Don. This is what they say. They say, hey, all you gotta do is come to this free webinar, and I'm gonna show you this blueprint, and you're gonna leave and you're gonna run ads and you're gonna make $10,000 in your first day.
Yeah, bro. That's a misconception. And if you really notice it, right, there's not too many people that speak on ads. Like you'll see the people that had the $100,000 a month, but the ads is the secret behind all of that. Like I don't know too many people that are making consistent 10, 20, 50, $100,000 months organically. I don't know. I know there's people that hit those goals every now and again, but to consistently do it month after month after month after month, most of these people have ads. Not all of them, but most. And most people don't talk about it because running ads is just like, it's a tough industry. Like I've been on the chopping block several times before, you know what I mean? Like for clients, oh, why isn't this working or this and the third? But it's a lot that goes into it. So it's not a magic pill where it's like, oh, I'm going to spend 100 and I'm just going to get 5,000 back. So it's like, I think the misconception is that people just think that it's some type of magic pill that's going to just cure your bad product, your bad service, your website is trash. You got misspellings on your funnel, like the email automations aren't being sent out, but you're spending money on ads. You think, okay, it's supposed to work, and then you're mad when it doesn't. It's just a lot more that goes into it than just pushing a bunch of buttons.
I need some sound effects. I need to be like, hey, yo, I want that sound right now. I need that. So
yo, the drops will be lit, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Yeah.
We need some drops on here. We need to get that. But that's what they be saying. They be saying, hey, and here's the thing too. You tell me if this is true or not. Tell me if this is true statement.
Yeah.
A lot of times when these I'm not even gonna try to make it sound negative, but when people make promises, right, and they'll say, I'm gonna show you how I make $10,000 a month or $100,000 a month off of just Facebook ads, but they don't tell you that they're spending 10 times that in ads.
Bro, I'm telling you, most of the people, I'll take it a step further. Most of the people that make these big claims, when you buy the product or you join the webinar, they don't even talk about ads. It's literally how I made the product, how I set up the funnel, how I did this, but they leave out the most important part. 90% of the time, they're not going to tell you about how to run the ads or how to run a successful campaign. Most of it is they build it all up. They show you the front end and it just stops right there. Like I done seen so many buy my $27, I'm going to teach you how to build a course, but it's okay. Building a course isn't that hard, but now that the course is built, well, how do I get people to buy the course? Like, so a lot of people, they just leave that out. And that's a great point you just made. Like, somebody screamed they made 100,000 that month, but they might have spent 30 grand on ads, 20 grand on ads, depending on how dope they are with it. Like, so yeah. It's not I'm gonna spend $100 and I'm gonna get 300,000. Like, it just doesn't work like that.
Yeah, if it did, then everybody would be good. Everybody would. Like, it's a small percentage of the people doing it, running that high volume. Yeah, I'm not saying there's some people, as you know, may run $10,000 a month in ads, and then they profit 10x. But that's a small percentage.
Right.
That's not just everybody who understands it. You may run $10,000 in ad and only make 500, and you're gonna be like, what the hell? And because something could be broken, it could not be the right content, something you're not aligning with, you're not making the right adjustments as the ads are running. Like, that's where an expert like you would jump in and be like, whoa, we're spending too much here, and you're gonna make the adjustments to make it all make sense.
Yeah, most definitely, bro. So yeah, so it's just to sum it all up is like everything has to be in order for your ad to work. Like, the back end is so much more important than the front end. It's not, especially nowadays. We got so many softwares and resources available where we can create dope content.
I'm laughing because I'm just laughing. The back end is more important than the front end. We all agree, but go ahead.
Come on, man.
You said it. I didn't say it. You said it.
Yeah, man. But listen, it's facts, man. It's just facts. It's like you gotta make sure everything is lined up, man. You gotta make sure it's all lined up before you run your ad, and then you shouldn't have no problems. Yo, you crazy, man.
If you guys agree, put in the chat if you agree. I think Ruby agrees. The back end is more like she like that. This is what he said. So I'm just putting the clip out there. He said it. I didn't say it. So
Yeah.
but real quick, listen, this is super fun. We got to do this again sometime. But
Yeah.
I just really wanted to reach out and be like, yo, let's just talk about this particular topic. And that is like when it comes to ads, I just like, man, stop thinking about it. It's just a way to loop somebody in through a sale, right? Just
Right.
through a sale. Hey, I got the lowest prices ever. Hey, it's a free webinar.
Right.
Hey, is this like you can use the content you have, like that's funny, that's engaging, that's organically you, and still loop them into your community. Najee says it's hilarious, but this is what. Hey, every time he says this now, he's gonna think he's gonna remember. He said the back end is better than more important than the front end. You need to put that in your slide, bro.
Yeah, nah.
Your slideshow.
Nah, facts, but nah, man, that's key. What you just said was key. And I think at some point we got to transition from infomercials to just like the television. Like in the beginning, I'm sure it was buy this, buy that. Everything was an infomercial. To then, what happens is now commercials, they blend in with the network. So every commercial is a skit because people are used to seeing skits on TV. Like everything is a skit. So it's, again, television is the same as Instagram, or maybe reverse. Like you want people to enjoy being in front of the television. So how do we do that? Is we have to blend it all together. So every commercial is a skit now. They're not in front of the camera saying, yo, buy this, buy that. It's literally some funny stuff going on or a dramatic scene, and you paint the picture in your mind of like, okay, you know what I mean? So I think what you do, CJ, specifically is right on par with how I think effective advertisers are going to be within like the next 5 to 10 years is selling through skits instead of just sitting in front of a desk like how I am right now trying to sell to you. Like make it fun, make it interactive, like make it a part of the timeline, just like television makes their commercials a part of the actual network. So I think you're right on par. You're actually ahead, bro. Like honestly,
I appreciate that. And I just doing what I do is different because I'm a fitness content coach, business marketing coach, digital marketer that's in the fitness industry but I'll get in the mix with the trainers. But at the same time, a lot of business coaches out here are different in the fact that they are, hey, I'm going to show you how to make $10,000 a month going virtual, right? I'm going to show you. They're very numbers based, right? I'm more of, we're going to build this together long term using content and using, leveraging people like you, experts in different industries that's going to give you what you need in your business. Mm-hmm. So that's the difference between me and other fitness business coaches. But at the same time, with the skits, that's, like you said, a way to, you're going to get to know me. You're going to see credibility in the fact of how good I do the content is me. I don't have to tell you how good I am with content because I'm just going to do it good. I'm just going to do it so well. You're like, damn, he's so good. I don't have to tell you, you need to rock with me if you want to learn how to build your YouTube channel, because I'm just going to say, you know what? I'm going to lock in for a year. We're going to come up here. About 2 weeks ago, I wasn't even on YouTube. And look at what we got going on. Look at what we got going on in 2 weeks, bro.
Yeah,
look what we got going on in 2 weeks.
Yeah, it's official, bro. Yeah.
So if you give me a year and I just knock this out the park, guess what? I don't need to sell you on it. You're just going to be like, I need to go to CJ. I need your help.
Right, bro. And that's and again, to what we said earlier, that's the McDonald's, that's the Coca-Cola, like that's what you're building up to, where it's like, I don't have to sell you anything because my name is strong enough where you already know what I represent, who I am, what I sell. You know what I mean? Just makes it more powerful that way. So like I said, bro, you ahead, bro. You ahead of it. You ahead of the game.
Yo, Deb says she's tuned in. Thank you, fam. She's dropping fires. She's dropping the fires in the chat for us. Hold on. Rubies, you already know by the end of the week I'm gonna have sound effects. Don't play with me because I'll have sound effects right now. I'll have sound effects right now. We got some music we can pop up.
Yeah, that'll be dope, bro.
How about this music? I got some music. Let's see. I got something.
With some flex bomb, man.
I don't got nothing. This is not really sounding.
That gotta be the intro.
Yeah, that's the intro, bro. That's the intro. But yeah, I need Ruby's right. Sound effects by the end of the week.
Right.
So so tell me real quick, tell me what should be the sound effects. Y'all dropping in chat. Like, I need Ayo. He's like, hey yo, I need that.
We need the applause, the hand claps.
Okay.
Yeah.
Need the applause. Mm-hmm. I need to get something that Kevin Samuels used to have. I need one of his. I need one of his drops. Okay. Uncle Kevin. I need one of his.
Yep.
And then, so that way it'll trigger a few people. Maybe it'll go viral. Let's trigger a few people. Mm-hmm. They'll be like, how much do you weigh?
Yeah.
That's all it's gonna say is how much do you weigh?
Right.
That's all but drop. So Deb said yes, we'll have the sound effects. Real quick, go ahead, tell people where they can follow you, and then connect with it. We'll see if any more questions come in, but let them know where they can connect with you.
Yeah, man. So just social media, IG mainly. So at Don Digital 215. I should have put it up there like yours, CJ. Now I know next time.
Mm-hmm. I'll put it in the chat.
I appreciate it, bro. Don Digital 215. So again, if anybody needs assistance with running Facebook ads, Instagram ads, email, text message, automations, funnels, just pretty much the whole sales process. I got a link in my bio. We can schedule a call, fill out that form in my bio, pick a date, pick a time that you guys want to talk. Also, I know I didn't get a chance to really talk about it on here, but I do have a software coming out. But it's really dope, though. It's more so for people that's in your space, CJ. So people that really need leads. It's a way that you can generate your own leads, just push it in 3 clicks of a button. You don't even need to be on Facebook, any of that stuff. So what I did was I had my highest performing ads. I upload them as templates. You can use the templates that I've already created, ones that have already been proven and tested. You can upload it, change some things out, put your name, put your business name, upload it into the software. You literally pick the zip code, the radius, and how much you want to spend per day, and you just click submit. It shoots over to Facebook, and it will start running your ads for you. So it's really going to change the game, and it's really going to be helpful for people that don't even know what ads are. Again, you'll have my work that I've already ran, and if you've never even ran an ad before, if you don't have any type of experience, it's just game time for people like that. So, and even if you have been running ads, it's just another way that you can get in the industry and have that part of your arsenal now. So I'm definitely excited, to release that. I revamped my whole company. I haven't been posting content like I used to, but I'm pivoting right now. Got a new name.
We've been looking for it.
I know, bro. But it's coming soon, man. I just been revamping, renaming the company, naming it after my daughter. But really focusing on the software side of things. I see it's a need for that in the industry. So I'm excited.
I'm super excited. When you drop that, you got to come and show us. You got to tell us. You got to come and let us know. Hey, this is what it is. This is what it looked like. Tell the people to hop on. By the way, so she says you from Philly, and guess what she grew up at?
Oh, Chester. Okay, fire.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. Really. By the way, so he's an Eagles fan. Ruby, are you an Eagles fan too? Are you an Eagles fan? I mean, he's like, you know what? There's a couple of Eagles fans that I know. It's you. A friend of mine, actually, man, there's a lot of Eagles fans. I started thinking about it. I think a lot of y'all just came out of nowhere because y'all made the Super Bowl.
They say the Philly fans are the most loyal fans in the world.
Bro, I ain't gonna say y'all loyal, but soccer teams. Y'all loyal, but I don't want to go watch a game with y'all.
Nah, they dangerous. Listen, man, we boo Santa Claus. We boo Santa Claus. What else do we do, man? Listen. The Eagles fans are way different than Sixers fans, Flyers fans. Like those Eagles fans, bro, is just it's a different type of fan. Like You know,
Y'all want to fight? Y'all want to fight Santa Claus? Y'all want to fight? And by the way, WrestleMania is in Philly next year, and I'm like, yo, I go to every WrestleMania. I was about to go in South SoFi this year, and I was like, it's in Philly. I don't know if I. So this is my plan. This is my plan right now, Don. I'm planning. By the way, I'm being Philly this year, so don't think about this. Is even after that, but I was gonna go to WrestleMania next year. Mm-hmm. But for the week, like, so I can go to the Hall of Fame, I can go to the like the fan festivals and all that stuff. And then the day of the WrestleMania, unless I get a suite, which is very possible, we can make it happen. We can get a suite. Fire. Or if I'm not in the suite or the club, then I'm going to watch them in the hotel. I will not be down there being throwing snowballs at, and y'all not gonna be beating your boy up.
Yeah, they crazy, bro. Especially when there's liquor involved. I can't imagine WrestleMania, bro. That'll be crazy.
Bro, and the thing is, it's like 4 or 5 hours you out there in the stadium, bro. I'm not.
Yeah, bro. Yeah,
I need to be in the club.
I forgot all about that. You'll catch me out there too, bro.
We'll be in the club. That's what we're gonna make that happen.
Yeah,
you know some people. I know some people. I'm gonna call them.
Yep, no doubt. You already know, bro. Let's do it.
So with that being said, if you guys want Don to come back, please show him some love by dropping some ones in the comment. Fires. It don't matter if you're watching live. Don't matter if you're watching the replay. We will see it. Don, anything you want to leave the people with before we wrap up?
Nah, man. I'll just say, get in the game. You know what I'm saying? Get in the game. Whether you got $100 a month to spend, $50, put a little budget to the side. And use ads to boost your content. Not like boost posts. You can do that too if that's what you want, but just invest in, your marketing and understand that posting and marketing, two different things. You know what I mean? Most people, they just post, but you want to have like an actual strategy. Like when you see CJ, he's not just out there running around shooting content just to be shooting content. Like it's a purpose behind it. You know what I mean? So we all first generation wealth. Most of us don't come from rich parents, grandparents. So a lot of us are going to be the blessing for our family. So in order for that to happen, take your business a little bit more serious, create a marketing budget. Doesn't matter how big, how small it is, and just start to be, intentional about what you're doing on social media. So,
Appreciate it. We were getting the ones, we were getting the fire. So listen, we all about it, bro. And I just appreciate you doing this.
Absolutely.
And then make sure you go follow him. And by the way, listen, when that software, when is it dropping? In the summer, the spring?
So I don't want to put a date, bro. I actually want to drop at the end of this month. So my birthday is at the end of this month. So I want to do like a birthday release, but I don't know. I don't want to put a date on it, but it's coming soon within the next 30 days for sure. Absolutely.
Bet.
And I'm gonna send it to you, bro. I'm gonna send it to you before I got a commercial that I shot. I'm gonna send it to you right now once we hop off. But I want to show you that. It'll have like the name of the company and everything. It's a bunch of AI.
So it's a commercial and I'm not in it. I got
you, bro. That's why we got a link, bro. Listen, when you come to Philly, you the one I'm going to because I need content, bro. That's where I'm struggling at. So, I run it for so many people that sometimes I neglect myself because I'm doing it for everybody else. So
facts. No, you already know I got you. Coach Ruby said thank you again.
No problem, Coach Ruby.
And we will definitely tap in. Make sure you connect with Don Digital 215 on Instagram. He's going to be on YouTube again. We're going to make sure of it. You guys take care, and we will see you next time. And by the way, subscribe, like, comment, all that stuff if you haven't already. It's super, super important. It helps the channel grow. I don't know where I'm looking at. The camera's right here. Thank you for you for tuning in, and we will see you next time.
Let's go.
Peace.
Give me a hoe if you got your funky bus there. Double Dutch bus coming down the street. Moving dirty fast, so kind of shuffle your feet. Get on the bus, pay your fare, then tell the driver that you're going to a double Dutch affair. Here it comes, the double Dutch bus is on the street. You better get off the move your bus fare, trans pass. That's the way my money lasts. Ain't got no car, get around when I go to work. I gotta go downtown now, miss my train. That's a double shame.
What up, fam? It's your boy CJ, and I'm going to tell you 2 ways to increase your engagement in 2023. One way, captions. And you might be saying, hey, how's everyone putting these cool captions like this on videos all the time? What's this? You see this trend, right? I'm going to tell you right now, there's an app called Captions that you can download from the App Store, and you can get this free trial. Go ahead and try it out, see how you like it. And then it is a paid app. Now, the most important thing, the reason why it is important to put captions in your videos right now is because that's what gets people to pay attention. Now, people are now watching social media without sound more and more than ever. And two, another way to increase your engagement in 2023, get a microphone like this. As you see, I've been moving around. Why is it super important? Not only is it trendy, you might think it's trendy, as a thing like that, but no, it's because you don't want to always have to be up on top of the video. You want to always have to be on top of the camera. Maybe I could be doing something super organic. I could be, having a conversation with someone. I could be interviewing someone. And the thing is, on top of that, this is super cheap. The two things I just told you, the ways to increase your engagement, this microphone, Bluetooth microphone, literally I get two of them for $23. Amazon, another way you can increase your engagement, those captions. Make sure you check it out. But with that said, I'm about to go watch some more soccer. Peace.